Welcome to the Daily Digital. I'm Kate Murray. This video is all about email deliverability. Now that you've got people signed up for your email list, how do you make sure that you make it to their inbox and not their spam folder?
Despite following email best practices, there's still a huge gap when it comes to email deliverability and clicked open rates. Over the past few years, I've had the opportunity to test these strategies with one of my clients in particular, who maintains an organic email list of just over 30,000 subscribers. Now, when I first met her, she had just under 1,000, most of which were people who signed up at her live speaking engagements. Now, before I go any further,
The single most important part of email deliverability is reputation. Do the people that you're sending to trust you, and do they know you?
if I do not know that sender, I automatically don't trust them. In short, if I didn't specifically ask for what you're sending me, I don't want to see it in my inbox. So make sure you never break the fundamental rule of email marketing. Never send email to anyone who didn't explicitly ask for it. So, how exactly do they ask for it? The best way to gain subscribers to your email list is through inbound marketing, and this is exactly what my client did, who now has 30,000 engaged subscribers on her list. Not only did she offer a specific lead magnet in exchange for their email address, she carefully grouped people into categories based on the type of lead magnet that they consumed. Now, if you're scratching your head wondering what in the world is a lead magnet, make sure you tune in to tomorrow's video because I'm going to go into much more detail about lead magnets and give you 10 examples. But for now, what you need to know is that a true organic email list is built solely by people raising their hand and saying, "Yes, I'm interested in what you have to offer." And in a digital world, that means they enter their email address and click that submit button. So back to the deliverability. Now that you have people on your list, how do you know what to send them to ensure that they'll actually open it? Did you know that only 35% of email recipients open an email based solely on the subject line? A lot of people think that the subject line is the most important way to get people to read your email, but in reality, that's actually the second most important. The absolute cornerstone to the success of your email campaigns, you guessed it, sender reputation. The people and businesses who are successful with online marketing know that you have to talk to people on your email list in a way that shows them that you truly understand their needs and you can connect with them on a more intimate level to gain their trust. That's when they start opening your emails and consuming what you have to offer. This is a true organic list. Organic means that people actually opt in out of their own free will.
So, in other words, if you bought a list from somebody, those people don't know you. It's not a good idea to email them. So, how do you use a list that you purchased from a third party? This is very similar to the direct marketing that used to occur back in the 1980s and 1990s.
The best way to ethically use a list that you bought or got from a trade show is to upload the list to whatever digital advertising platform you're using. So, whether it's Facebook or Google Ads or another network. Then the network considers that list a custom audience. What that means is that now, instead of using a computer algorithm to figure out who to show your ad to, the ad network matches up the email addresses on your list and specifically shows your digital ad to those people. The reason this works well is because if in fact they are interested in what you're offering, it gets your ad right in front of your target audience without having to go directly to their inbox. The other great thing about this is if you start getting a good response and a good conversion rate on your ad, meaning you're getting leads by people opting in to receive your offer, then you can create what's called a lookalike audience. The networks have a lot of data about behaviors that people take online. They know who clicks where. So the intelligence behind this data is really mind-blowing. They can use it to create a whole entire audience of people who, as the term suggests, look a lot like your target market. And that is the best use for a list that is not organically your own. It gives you the best chance to get in front of those people without unethically visiting their inbox. Here are some other best practices for cleaning and scrubbing your email list. Update your list regularly. This means at least every 2 to 3 months. You've got to remove the people who choose not to engage with you. That means if they're not taking any action, if they're not clicking anywhere, after about a month, monitor them closely, and then after 2 months, completely remove them. Another good practice is to make sure you don't use a generic info at email address, because then your audience feels like they don't know who they're actually communicating with. I use my name, and I encourage people to reply to my emails. When you do that, you keep the lines of communication open and you give them an easy way to contact you. That doesn't necessarily mean that you yourself have to answer the email, but they think they're emailing you. At least they're going to get a member of your team. Finally, don't get caught up in myths about email content. If your list is organic, then your email clients are truly interested in what you have to offer. When in doubt, just ask them. Use Google to create a quick survey that'll help you understand what your recipients want to see in their inbox. Speaking of what they want to see, make sure you tune in tomorrow because I'm going to talk about lead magnets, and I'll give you 10 examples of lead magnets that you can use to grow your email list. See you tomorrow on the Daily Digital.